For the week of Thursday, May 7th, COVID-19 continues its impact on the entire world, and deaths in the United States alone have risen to almost 75,000. Across the country, demonstrations continue in many states. Protesters are hoping to have an impact themselves on how fast their governors open up the economy. Is it working? Plus, viral videos that tout or criticize candidates are definitely not a new development in politics, but they certainly have been sprouting up a lot this past week. Will they have any impact on this year's political races? We got a great panel this week, and actually for the very first time in maybe since we started this show, every single one of them is joining us from sunny Los Angeles, but still appropriately socially distanced, of course. The cool ocean breezes of Mar Vista, television journalist and news anchor and host of the podcast Controlling Our Narrative, Brooke Thomas is with us. The tree-lined beauty of Hancock Park is where political analyst, noted GOP strategist, and co-host of the podcast Hacks on Tap, Mike Murphy, is with us. My old stomping grounds in Chatsworth, award-winning actor, director, and amazing jazz vocalist, the incredible Robert Davi, is with us. And also in Hancock Park, maybe at his own house, maybe sitting on Mike Murphy's front porch. Well, I'm not sure. The creator of Everybody Loves Raymond and the creator and host of Netflix's delightful food and travel show, Somebody Feed Phil, multiple Emmy Award winner Phil Rosenthal is with us this week.
Hello.
I'm Clay Aiken. I'm in Raleigh again. I am wearing pants this week, that is for sure. Unlike other weeks, I'm not going to tell you which ones. We're going to chat these folks up through the magic of the interwebs and see if they can shed light on some of the issues I just talked about, and maybe even answer the question, how the heck are we going to get along? Brooke, Phil, Robert, Mike, thank you so much for being with us. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How's everybody handling the quarantine? I mean, what are we in, week 500 of that? I stopped counting. What are you doing to stay entertained? What are you doing in your, I mean, everybody's stuck at home, right? Nobody's going anywhere and breaking the rules. What are you doing to keep yourselves entertained?
Except to the store.
Okay. I guess I'll forgive that. We do have to eat.
I try to order from a new restaurant every night.
So the delivery's doing okay, Phil? I mean,
oh yeah,
Phil, the delivery's doing well. You're getting it all in.
I love it. I want to support the restaurant industry, and it gives me something to look forward to. And the family really seems to enjoy it. You just have to unpack it outside, wash your hands, right? Bring it inside, wash your hands again, and then eat.
What I really want to know though is, what does Phil Rosenthal watch on TV though while you're stuck inside?
Oh, well, you can't help but watch the news. I love all the late night.
I can help but watch the news. I stopped. I gave up on it.
Well, you're smarter than me. It's almost like a car crash that you can't look away sometimes. But I try to wean myself off it. It's. Let's see. I guess I'm watching what everybody else watches. All the Netflix stuff, like Money Heist, and I watch Better Call Saul. And I'm looking for diversion. I liked Seinfeld's new special just dropped yesterday. I like a lot of stuff, and the late night shows are kind of our conscience talking. I think they're very important. They give me perspective. They make me laugh. They make me cry sometimes. But all those guys, they're all doing a great job, I think.
Mike, are you able to turn the news off at all, or do you feel are you stuck on it like so many other people are?
Yeah, I work for NBC News as one of the bloviators, so I get enough of it in my job, but I have to, I have to kind of keep an eye on it. So I'm watching cable news, then I escape to scripted. I've been enjoying Better Call Saul. I found this French CIA show, The Bureau, which I like a lot. So, in the world of Netflix and Amazon and everything, you can almost go mad from all the choices, but that is a more entertaining way to go mad from the pure clock tower stuff that I'm slowly inching to as I stay quarantined here. We have a 6-year-old daughter who's not going to school. So that's a character
tell me about
building
that.
experience.
Are you doing the homeschooling too?
We're trying to. We have but luckily, at 6, you're just, doing basic reading and all that. And so it's okay. And then, I'm grinding out work. My line of business never stops. And of course, Axelrod and I honk off a podcast every week. So that's been good. So busy, despite it.
I have complained on here a few times about having to do long division with decimals. I miss the days of having a 6-year-old when the homeschooling was a little bit easier. Brooke, what about you? Any interesting things that you've been watching, or any ways of entertaining yourself?
I mean, I'm watching every single thing possible on TV. I should be in a world record book. I'm watching so much TV, but I just finished a book called Such a Fun Age. It's by Kylie Reed, and it was like the most fun, entertaining thing I've read in a long time. And I zoomed through it, and now every time I talk to somebody, I try to get them to read it so that I can talk about it more.
I'm writing it down, but my pen's not
What's it
working.
about?
It's really good.
Yeah, what is it about? What is it about? Phil might want to option it.
It's so good, but it starts with, it's like a young Black woman in Philly who's a babysitter. She's in her 20s. She's a babysitter for this really well-to-do white couple. And they're young too. They're in their 30s. And she babysits their 2-year-old. And there was an emergency at their house. This is all in like the first few pages, but there was an emergency at their house. So they need her to come and get the little girl in the middle of the night to just keep her busy for about an hour. So they go to a grocery store in the family's neighborhood. The babysitter and the little baby do. She's 2. And in that grocery store, she gets accused of kidnapping the kid. Like another woman shopping calls the security guard over, and it's a whole thing. And everything else in the book kind of has to do with, I'm not going to spoil it. Everything else has to do with that moment, but not in a way that you would think.
Okay, Robert, you're going to go get that book, and you're going to read it. And what else? What else are you going to be doing?
Well, what else I'll be doing? Well, what I've been doing, been very busy, actually, strangely enough.
Oh, that's good.
I'm doing a lot of voiceover. I did a voiceover for Louis Monet, which is a big watch, like the watches are between $15,000 and $150,000 a piece. I did a series of little movies for them, narration. I did a National Geographic thing, and then another 4-part episode of something. So not narration-wise, but watching the news, going back and forth to the cable thing. But I love the old films. I watched The Barefoot Contessa recently. You know what I mean? I love go retro when I want to relax. And then also with Randy Waldman, we did a single.
We have to go retro because I feel like Netflix is going to run out of stuff. I mean, do you think, Phil, that production in LA will open up anytime soon? Do you think that people will be able to start getting back to the studio to shoot? Do you think that people are going to be able to go to concerts anytime this summer? Any of those gatherings? Is there any thought about that, or is Netflix going to run out of content?
Everyone I speak to has no idea. They make their plans, and God has the final word, I guess. There's no way to know. It's a good time for writing. I'm just afraid that when we come out on the other side of this, every script is going to be about this, and I don't want to see it.
Right. Once this is over, I want to forget it. Hey, I'm Clay Aiken. To hear the full episode, subscribe to This Politicon podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to pods. Please subscribe, rate, and review the show. Go to Politicon.com, follow @Politicon on social media, and listen to a new pod episode of How the Heck every Thursday.